Let's sim a season, damn it. I'm not promising the playoffs tonight, but let's sim this season. We're here for it. We're ready to see what the boys are capable of. I hope. Please tell me they're going to show up. We will have our playoff prediction up, by the way, in chat. Our ratings for the season, 74, 95, and an 82. 74, 95, and an 82. Have you ever seen such a discrepancy between an offensive and a defensive rating? My goodness. Savannah Abdulkader is on as our AHL goalie coach, which means we are looking okay. We're looking okay indeed. Last thing I wanted to do we care about AHL leadership? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We care about AHL leadership with the Butte Bruises. And we are going to have the enforcer captain, rookie captain, Clutterbuck. Because damn it, why wouldn't we? Let's also go with Staubitz and Hamhuis, because we kind of identified them as two players that we really need to step up. And hopefully they do. I don't believe we had any new players on the roster that we haven't seen before. Got the Roman Gudis. Boy, I wish I was that fucking Ducks team. Look at those abilities. Bastards. That's if those are even correct, of course. View lines will often show you players that have abilities that don't still, as far as I'm aware. All right, gentlemen. This is it. This is the time. This is the year. I believe in you. Can you make the playoffs? And if not, I normally don't look, but let's take a peek at the drafts and who's out there. And right now, it's way too early to tell. But given that there's a 6'4", 211-pound guy in Brendan Andrews, this might be the year to end up with the lottery pick. Lord knows a lottery pick would do pretty well for us right now. Let's start the sim and see just how much of a team we're going to be. And 8-2-1 to start the year. 2 back-to-back regulation losses to end the month. Hedberg has 12 points in 11 games. Crying tears of joy, Jags. I'm glad Jacksonville made the playoffs. I'm very, very glad that the Jaguars have made the playoffs. I don't mind Tennessee and Mike Vrabel, but, like, oof, you know? The management of that team making certain decisions kind of set themselves up for failure, so. Not the Boston Bruins, but not bad, right? We'll see where we end up here. In a division with the Islanders, who were still doing very strong, and we lost to them earlier in the week. And we did just lose to the Bruins 7-3. So, yeah, clearly not the Bruins. 15. Make that 16, 6-3. So far, not bad. Certainly better than I was expecting. Only one game this month so far that we didn't make that 2, where we didn't earn at least a point. Make that 3, because I had to say something. 23, 10-4. Happy New Year. Hedberg has 34 points in 37 games. We're 1 point back of the Islanders with 2 games at hand. Let's see. So Bowden's 27 points, has just 4 goals. Weird player. Hedberg 15-19. Keaton Wilson at 12-14 for the 20-year-old. You got Heinrich on 11 points. Which isn't overly surprising. 18 for Rintoul, 10 for Gudis. Okay. I mean, they're hanging in there offensively. And then that third line's crushing it. Gabriel Holt, Jaden Summers, Alan Sigalet. Okay, at least Holt's crushing it, but that third line's doing very good. They're practically playing like our second line. And then Andrechuk, Guy Blouin and Amir Chang. Honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad. 21 points for Phil Morrow with Brandon Sutter. Carlson, 15 points for Piper. So far, so good. Hodgson with a 911. Spencer Beyer with a 924 in his first 13 NHL games. AHL Rookie of the Year last year. And honestly, or not AHL Rookie of the Year, but AHL Goalie of the Year. We are going to start paying a little bit more attention to Spencer Beyer because he might be able to pretty much take over now, as ridiculous as that is. And if there is a chance that he is the chosen one, then damn it, we are going to put him in a position to be the chosen one. Ashton and Goran are really kind of struggling. But Beyer is going to be the man, and we're going to be a little bit more hands-on with rotating out the goalies here. Again, I would kill for a calendar option to be able to do that for you. But, yeah, we are going to make sure... Winnipeg, what's up, man? Been a while. We are going to go with Spencer Beyer as our number one goalie right now. First place, Goonfish. First place, Goonfish. And Beyer, 5-1 win over Chicago. And a 5-0 shutout of the Oilers. I don't know if they still have McDavid, but first career NHL shutout for Spencer Beyer. How is this team so good? Voodoo. EA Voodoo. So we pick up a point against Carolina. Lose 7-3 to the Kraken. I mean, there are some games where it's like, oh shit, we're actually kind of good. Then there are other games that we just get absolutely dunked on like we probably should. Holy back-to-backs, though. What are we, the Toronto Maple Leafs? Jesus. We beat the Toronto Maple Leafs, so. Let's get Ashton back in there as well. Goran has slightly outperformed Ashton as the AHL starter. 4-1 win there. Let's see, let's get Beyer and Goran back in. Hodgson a 908, Beyer a 925. I mean, Spencer's the man right now. Butte, by the way, 24-17-5. That is a hell of a lot better than I thought they would be. I expected the Bruisers to be nowhere near a playoff spot as we lose to Dallas 5-3. Get the totally not all-star break off. 3 more games in a row here for Beyer. Loses to Colorado. Loses to the Islanders. Loses to the Habs. Oh boy, team is slumping at a bad time. Beyer down to a 9-16. Not a great time at all for a slump. Damn it. I tried to quickly switch shit over Spotify-wise and decided to be a pain in the ass. That third pair is not doing so hot. We're going to make the switch. Robertson, Piper, Carlson, Fowler. Only looking quickly at plus-minus. Second line struggling a little bit. Fourth line struggling a little bit. Not much I'd change, though. Let's keep moving forward. If we're good enough, we're good enough. If we're not, we're not. We do get a win there, but I'm still going with Beyer. Still has better numbers than Hodgson at this stage, so... All right, Boston, Vegas, Detroit. Lose to Boston. We're still second place in our division, but we got to be careful. Get shut out by Detroit. Pittsburgh, 5-1 win. God, we're so inconsistent. So inconsistent. Minnesota, we get the win. Philly, another win. 33 wins on the year so far. Flyers still at a 919. 908 for Amrit Hodgson. Both Gordon and Ashton have frankly been terrible. Again, the AHL team, I'd be shocked if they hold on to make the playoffs. 6-1 win over St. Louis. Not bad. Not bad at all. And get the man Buyer back in there. An AHL team, 30, 24, and 6. Not currently in a playoff spot. No real surprise. We beat Vancouver. We lose to Anaheim. Play Buffalo, and then it's deadline day. Of course, we're not allowed to trade. List ourselves as buyers just for the confidence. Any in-game decreed blockbusters? Nope. Lost to Buffalo. Didn't mean to run the same goalie in a back-to-back. We lost both games. We've gotten shut out a couple of times recently, too. So it's not looking amazing. How are we in first place in this division with less than 20 games to go? I guess the Islanders are choking as bad as we are. This is the worst division in hockey. It must be. 6-3-1 in our last 10, though. Again, doesn't make sense at all. Fire still on a 918. Gorn on an 896. Okay, interesting. 3 points up on New Jersey right now. Beat the Panthers. Fire's up to a 78. I missed it. Yeah, there he is. I'm hoping, like, it's probably wishful thinking to be like, Rookie of the Year? Like, there's no way. Goalies don't win fucking Rookie of the Year in this game ever. But an award would help. 10 games to go. We are 7 points up on Columbus. We're going to win this division. We'd be in third place in the Atlantic, third place in the Central, third place in the Pacific. We're gonna win this division unless we absolutely blow this. We lose to Edmonton. At the very least, it's almost guaranteed we're gonna make the playoffs. I know I'm just tempting fate here, by the way. I'd love to do. Butte very much gonna miss the playoffs. We beat Carolina. We'll lead the backup in for Seattle. We lose that. 6-point lead with a game at hand on New Jersey to try and hold on to the division title and make the playoffs one more time. Arizona, we lose, but get a pity point. Toronto, we win and have sealed a playoff spot once again. I don't know how we so consistently make the playoffs, but here we are. Somehow we're going back one more time. And once you make it, anything can happen. 6-1 win over Winnipeg. 8-point lead. New Jersey can technically still catch us. Now they cannot after beating Dallas. We've won our division. The hell. The hell. We have won our division. 46 wins. We won't have enough to hit 50. We lose to the Devils. Final 2 games of the year. Overtime loss to the Islanders and the bad Habs. We win 3-1. We won our division with 47 wins and 103 points. Oh my God. How good were we in terms of the league? Third best team in the NHL. How? Didn't even have a top 10 offense. We were at a 309. Second best. Actually, I mean, yeah, best defense in general. Literally one less goal allowed than Columbus. We are a defensive juggernaut. 13% on the power play. We have one of the worst power play percentages in the league. But 87% on the PK. Good enough to be tied for top 5 with Vegas. We're going to have to win every playoff game 1-0. But we might have a chance. Let's go look from the other menu there. But we know Robert Hedberg was our leading scorer. So Bowden, 61 points, 50 assists for Ty. Is that a career high? No, but it is the most points he's had in 5 years. Jesus. Over 400 career points now for Bowden's. Hedberg, 40 goals for the second year in a row. Not a career high in points, but he's had at least 76 points for the past 3 seasons. He's our star offensive player right now. Keaton Wilson. Perhaps an emergence, a breakout for Keaton Wilson. Up to 56 points in his sophomore year. Got a lot more shooting opportunities, too, and still had he had an even better percentage, which is awesome. Max Heinrich. After a season in the AHL, comes back to the NHL, put up 26 points. Not bad. Not bad. Only shot the puck 68 times, which is a bit rough, but scored on 7 of them. Rintoul, 109. It's Goon Squad. I wish I could turn fighting from often to never. That's the issue with Rintoul. He just takes so many fucking penalties. And he only shot 7% this year. But, yeah, he's a tough guy to have to rely on. And then Richard Gudis, 26 points as well. Shoots the puck a lot. What a weird second line that is, but somehow it wasn't abysmal. Gabriel Holt, phenomenal. 62 points, 35 goals yet again. Should probably bump him up to second line or even top line one more time since we're not worried about Heinrich or Gudis, playtime now. Summers, 45 points. That's a new career high for him. And then Alan Sigalet, 52 points. Not quite reaching previous heights, but still not bad. I honestly think we can do an outright swap of the second and third line heading into the playoffs, with the exception of that. That's the one holdup. That's the one holdup. So no, we can't. Is it literally just the centers? It's a Gudis. Well, there is a way out of it. But I need to get Rintoul onto that third line. So, as weird as it is, Gudis, Holt, Sigalet, Rintoul, Summers, Heinrich. Andrechuk, a solid 22 points. Guy Blouen was great for a fourth liner, and so was Amir Chang. Even though our offense was apparently, not amazing, but not poor. But yeah, now that we're not worried about ice time, we gotta get Sigalet and Holt a little bit more opportunity here. Phil Morrow, 50 points. He was phenomenal, plus 38. Brandon Sutter, a plus 40, so he worked out great. Robertson still continues to be kind of mid. He was better with Bear Piper, though, than he was with Jamison Fowler. So I'm not too worried about that defense. And then, Spencer Byers, our guy. He was the slightly better of the two goalies. It's Spencer Byers season. And then, Goran and Ashton were both sub 900, but Goran was a little bit better, but they're not going to make the playoffs, so. Let's see. Ham Hughes, Staubitz. They weren't quite ready for prime time. 192 penalty minutes for rookie enforcer Pete Clutterbuck. You'll love to see it. He's at least going to live up to the hype. But somehow, some way, we made it here, and I get it. Like, hey, you fucking won the division title and you're immediately switching stuff. What the hell's the matter with you? I agree. But at the same time, I think you could see why. And let's be honest, we're probably going to lose to Detroit anyway because it's Detroit and this game hates me.